Hello, thank you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for returning to the Office Ball Z, the podcast that nobody wished for. If this is your second time back, I'm assuming this is the only podcast you've ever listened to, and you think that they're all great. So I do appreciate you being here. First timers, second timers, 10th timers, we've got one of those punch cards for you. Hey, hope you're all doing well in these unprecedented times. That phrase has become such a marketing term. You know, we're with you in these unprecedented times. I heard it on the television the other night for the 100th time, and I say to my grandfather, I live with my grandfather, I said, Pop, if I hear that one more time, I'm bashing my head through the television. And then for like a week straight after that, for like every hour, he would just go, Jess, what was that phrase you don't like hearing anymore? I go, unprecedented times, Pop. That's unprecedented! He just started yelling. Thank you, Poppy. Anyway, before we get into today's topic, I wanted to give a quick shout out to someone who reached out to me after my first episode. Their names are Grant and Paige. They are a married couple who have their own podcast. Get this. Gilmore Ball Z. Gilmore Ball Z. They watch Gilmore Girls and Dragon Ball Z, and they try to find some middle ground, as they put it. And they started this in 2017, and they reached out to me to let me know that I'm not alone. So thank you. I really feel that. And yeah, I guess we're at the start of a universe here or something. You know, after me. Well, they've been going on since 2017, and they're still going. So that's 3-4 years they're at. I think in 3 or 4 years I won't even be on this planet anymore. So I'll be in the planet, in the ground, in the ocean actually. But yeah, after me, you know, anybody who wants to pick up the mantle, we've got plenty of options. Frasier Ball Z, Barney Ball Z. It's all up for grabs, folks. So I just wanted to give a shout out to them. Everybody go check them out. They've been doing it for a while now, and I checked out a couple of their episodes, just a couple random ones. Their first one, a later one. I checked out the one about Tree of Might. They happen to have one about that, and since I did, you know, a Tree of Might episode as well, I checked theirs out. And it's awesome. They connect the shows even more than I connect these shows, so good for you guys. The only thing I would challenge them on is that their show is not as lonely or pathetic as mine is. So whatever you're into, you know, you can have it either way. All right. Today on the Office Ball Z, we are talking about 50 incredible talking heads, or 50 amazing talking heads. 50 unbelievable talking heads. I want to say that when I thought of this topic, off the top of my head, like, you know, throughout the day, I came up with about 40 just random ones, and almost all of them were Michael. And then I put on a couple different episodes. And the thing about this is you can put on any episode and you'll probably get at least 4, like, truly hilarious ones. And for those who don't know, a talking head in like The Office or in a documentary is when it's, you know, just the person talking to the camera on the side as an interview. You just see their head and their shoulders or whatever. Talking head. So, I saw online, I don't know if this is totally true, but I mean, I believe it. It was on Wikipedia. The series total is like over 1,200, maybe even closer to like 1,500 talking heads in the whole series. And Michael Scott has 528 of them. And that does not include deleted scenes. So, which there's a lot of talking heads in the deleted scenes. So, man, picking out only 50 of these things was pretty tough. And what I've actually done here is I've cut it down to 30, and I've written down the quotes, and I'm just going to try to do my best impression. I'm acting my heart out up here. All right? So, I'm just going to try to do my best impression, read these lines. Hopefully, someone picks this up, and I can get on SNL finally. And what we've got here is we've got 30. Then I've got some honorable mentions that are more about the scene, the setup, rather than the talking head itself. And then I've got about 10 from friends as well, ones that I didn't necessarily think of, and that my friends sent out to me. And again, this is an impossible task to pick the best. I don't know if any one of these is the best. These are pretty much random. A lot of them are Michael. And, yeah. I'm going to take a sip of water. Don't mind me. Put the mic up on my head there. Got a new microphone. Hope it sounds better. Hope it's not too loud. Wear a mask, folks. All right, these are in random order, except some I put in specific spots. For example, number 1, we went straight for Season 1, Episode 1, the pilot. This talking head is also in the British version. David Brent delivers this. Here we've got Michael Scott. Here we've got Jesse Lawrence. What is the most important thing for a company? Is it the cash flow? Is it the inventory? Nah, it's the people. The people. My proudest moment here was not when I increased profits by 17% or when I cut expenses without a single employee loss. No. It was a young Guatemalan guy, first job in the country, barely spoke English, came to me and said, "Mr. Scott, would you be the godfather of my child?" Wow. Didn't work out in the end. We had to let him go. He sucked. Number 2, Season 6, Episode 15. This one I thought of because I quote it all the time. It's very short. It's actually 2 Michael Scott talking heads when Gabe is going all of the new procedures that Saber, all Saber's rules that is going to be implemented into Dunder Mifflin. And it just cuts to Michael a couple times and he goes, "No, don't like that." And then it cuts to him again and he goes, "Nope, don't like that." And that's just a super quotable one, so I say that probably a couple hundred times a month if I was keeping track and being honest. Number 3, Season 3, Episode 12, Traveling Salesman. Fool me once, strike one, but fool me twice, strike 3. Season 4, Episode 1, Fun Run. Do I need to be liked? Absolutely not. I like to be liked. I enjoy being liked. I have to be liked. But it's not like this compulsive need to be liked, like my need to be praised. Season 3, Episode 11, Back from Vacation. Sex. We had sex. I had sex with her. I had sex with Jan. Number 6, Season 3, Episode 12, Traveling Salesman. I think we already had one from that episode. Oompa, loompa, doopa-dee, dawsome. Dwight is now gone, which is totally awesome. Why was he gone? He was such a nice guy. No, he was not. He was a total douche. Doompa-dee, doomp. That's Andy, and you can definitely see Ed Helms is about to break like halfway through that. You can see that he just wants to give in. Number 7, Season 3, Episode 9, The Convict. Everybody play along with me here. Close your eyes. Picture a convict. What's he wearing? Nothing special. Baseball cap on backwards, baggy pants. He says something ordinary like, "Yo, that's Shizzle." Okay, now slowly open your eyes again. Who were you picturing? A black man? Wrong. That was a white woman. Surprised? Well, shame on you. And that's topical. Number 8, Season 8, Episode 22, Fundraiser. Why does this always happen to me? Ah! Oscar. That's another one to just bust out every now and then. Here's another good one. Season 3, Episode 16. Poop is raining from the ceilings. Poop. Angela. That reminds me of Chris Traeger, Rob Lowe's character in Parks and Rec. Stop pooping. Number 10, Season 2, Episode 4, The Fire. I did not go to business school. You know who else didn't go to business school? LeBron James, Tracy McGrady, Kobe Bryant. They went straight from high school to the NBA, so it's not the same thing at all. Number 11, Season 2, Episode 3. I am an early bird, Typo. I threw myself off here. I'm an early bird and I'm a night owl, so I am wise and I have worms. And then it just cuts to Michael. Now that talking head is actually delivered over footage of just the parking lot before the sun rises. So that's kind of interesting. Also, my typo was I'm a big owl. So really got thrown for a loop there. Number 12, Season 3, Episode 7, Branch Closing. It is an outrage. That's all. They are making a huge mistake. Let's see Josh replace these people. Let's see Josh find another Stanley. You think Stanleys grow on trees? Well, they don't. There is no Stanley tree. You think the world is crawling with Phyllis's? Show me that farm. With Phyllis's and Kevin's sprouting up all over, ripe for the plucking. Show me that farm. Number 13, Season 4, Episode 1, Fun Run. Well, I am taking responsibility, and it is up to me to get rid of the curse that hit Meredith with my car. I'm not superstitious, but I am a little stitious. Oh, God, I put that at number 13. Number 14, Season 3, Episode 7, Branch Closing. I think we've had this episode already, too. When you become close with someone, you develop a kind of sixth sense. You can read their moods like a book. And right now, the title of Michael's book is Something Weird is Going On, : What Did Jan Say? The Michael Scott Story by Michael Scott with Dwight Schrute. Number 15, Season 2, Episode 2, Sexual Harassment. Todd Packer and I are total BFF, best friends forever. He and I came up together as salesmen. One time we were out and we met this set of twins, and Packer told them we were brothers. And so, one thing led to another, and we brought them back to the motel, and Packer did both of them. It was awesome. That's Michael. Number 16. Now, when I think number 16, I only think of one thing as a Dragon Ball fan, and that's Android number 16. Jinzo Ningen Juroku Go. Jesus Christ, excuse me. Jinzo Ningen means like artificial human. It means like man-made man. So artificial human is like the translation a lot of people like to use. Juroku is 16. I think Ju is 10, and then Roku is... Or no, I'm sorry. Yeah, Juroku, yeah. think Roku is 6, Ju is 10, and then the Go at the end is like it's indicating that it's like a model number, like it's a model. And One Piece, if you're familiar with the merry go, the going merry go at the end in Japan, there it's like the same thing. It's like a ship model. So Android 16, he first appeared in Dragon Ball Chapter 315, which is Dragon Ball Z Chapter 156. If you're reading the English release, that splits them. Dragon Ball Z Episode 134. Today we're talking about Dragon Ball Chapters 406 to 407, which is Dragon Ball Z Chapters 212 to 213, which came out in January of 1993, a month before I was born. A month before I was born, we were already deep into Perfect Cell. And we're also going to be talking about episodes 183 to 184. That's what the chapters equate out to there, which came out in April and May of that year. Now, what happens here in these chapters is that we're very deep into the Perfect Cell saga. Cell steals a senzu and is taunting Gohan to get mad. You know, he steals the bag of senzu beans from, which I think senzu beans is kind of redundant, kind of like saying ATM machine, but whatever. Cell steals those. He's taunting Gohan to get mad, you know, and Android number 16 jumps in out of nowhere, and he grabs Cell from behind. And he goes to self-destruct, which will kill everybody. And, you know, he says, I'm sorry, I'm going to kill everybody there, too. You know, all the Z fighters are there. But he goes to self-destruct, and it's a complete dud. And Krillin yells out to him that, hey, when we took you to Dr. Brief and Bulma at Capsule Corp, Capsule Corp, you know, we took that fucking bomb out. You know, why would you think you still have that, brother? And so Cell just laughs and fucking blasts him to smithereens, which is a pretty cool looking panel. And he kicks his head away, and his head lands by Mr. Satan. Now, Cell counts the number of the Z fighters, the Dragon Team, and he gives birth to 7 Cell Juniors. Gohan is in shock. Everyone's getting the fuck beat out of him. Yamcha's arm gets like incredibly broken into like 4 pieces. Gohan's thinking about the fact that everybody has already died, and he's worried that, you know, we're not going to be able to bring anybody back with the Dragon Balls. He's arguing with himself, and Mr. Satan goes to run away with his camera crew, but number 16 asks him to take him to Gohan, and he baits him into doing it by, you know, calling him the world champion. Hey, aren't you the world champion? Don't you want to be the hero here and stuff? So Mr. Satan's like, all right, I'll do it. And he says, you know, you only got to get me close enough that you can throw me. So Gohan's getting really pissed off. The Cell Juniors are ordered to kill everybody. And Satan throws number 16 in front of Gohan. And he says, Son Gohan, it is not a sin to fight for the right cause. There are some who will never listen to your words. Feel the anger. Set your passions free. The animals in the forest that I love, don't let them be destroyed. Protect them for me. Cell comes over, and he goes, that's cute, but I'm going to do it my way. Crushes number 16's head, which causes Gohan to snap and erupt in rage and become, you know, the ascended Super Saiyan. Super Saiyan 2 we'll find out to be. And this scene is really awesome in the anime. There's some music, and the music plus the voice acting and the colors, and there's like this bird thing going on. I just want to show you guys, all right? If you're watching this on YouTube, I've got the video gonna play for you, and if you're listening, you'll at least be able to enjoy it too. Check out this song.
Gohan. 俺の好きだった自然や動物たちを守ってやってくれ。頼んだぞ。
余計なお世話だ、出来損ないめ。
Overrated. Hated it. Let's carry on. Number 17, going back to Season 2, Episode 2, Sexual Harassment. Toby is in HR, which technically means he works for corporate. So he's not really a part of our family. Also, he's divorced, so he's not really a part of his family. That's Michael. Number 18, Season 7, Episode 9, Woof.com. Woof! The world sends people your way. Ryan came to me through a temp agency. Andy was transferred here. No idea where Creed came from. The point is, you just have to play the cards you're dealt. Jim, that guy's an ace. Dwight is the king up my sleeve. Phyllis is my old maid. Oscar is my queen. That's easy. Give me a hard one. That's what Oscar said. Toby is the instruction card that you throw away. Pam is a solid 7. And yeah, you know what? Ryan is probably like a 2. But sometimes 2 can be wild, so watch out. And I am obviously the Joker, so. And then he gets that woof from Ryan. Decided to sell company. Been a wild ride. Thanks, bro. Season 5, Episode 4, Baby Shower. It does not matter to me at all whether this baby is biologically mine. I am going to love it. It's like when the dog nurses the tiger cub. Have you seen that video? It's so bizarre and unnatural, but it happens. That is a personal favorite of mine. Season 5, Episode 11, Moroccan Christmas. Mo Rockin' Christmas. Mo Rockin' Christmas. In the Schure family, we believe in a 5-fingered intervention. Awareness, education, control, acceptance, and punching. That's Dwight, of course. Number 21, Season 6, Episode 18, The Delivery Part 2, as it were, on Netflix. Why was I hiding behind the plant? Well, in college, I took a botany class, and there was a lot of drama in that class. Kids would gossip about me, so I would eavesdrop on them by hiding behind different plants in the botany class. And then they would say things like, oh, this guy's going to fail his class, or what's this guy doing spying on us from behind plants? And then I would jump out at them and confront them and be like, oh, you think all I do is hide behind plants and spy on people? Busted. The reason I was hiding behind that plant in this situation was that I thought Aaron and Kevin were kind of hitting it off, and I was jealous. That is Sir Andrew Baines Bernard. Number 22, Season 7, Episode 20, Training Day. Did I want to be made manager? Sure. A great opportunity squandered? Absolutely. A crushing blow? Yes. Will I get over it? No. But life goes on. Not for me. That's Dwight. That one actually took those lines and made them lyrics for a song that was never released for an old band. Maybe one day. Number 23. I'm talking Goldo, baby. Dragon Ball fans, I'm still here for you. I'm still here for you. I got your back. Talking Goldo, Gerdo, whatever you want to call this man. He's a loser. He first appears in Dragon Ball Chapter 272, which is DBZ 78, Episode 60. His name is a pun on yogurt, so Gerdo, like yogurto, or whatever. You see what I'm saying. Today we will be discussing Dragon Ball Chapter 274, which was Episode 80, so he was only around for 3 chapters, 3 episodes. The chapter came out in May of 1990. This episode came out in September of 1990. And this guy's part of the Ginyu Corps, the Ginyu Force, the Ginyu Special Squad, right? And he's this small little green dude, 4 eyes, and some telekinetic powers. So here's what happens in this chapter. Kuririn and Gohan are fighting Gerd, who then stops time. He's amazed by how fast they move, because by the time he stops time, they're already like way far away from where he thought they were. And it's shown that he can't stop time for too long. He's like, I can only hold it for another second. I got to get somewhere. So he does it again. He runs away from them. They chase after him a couple times, and then he grabs them in a telekinetic bind. The Ginyu Special Squad is impressed by Gohan and Krillin, and says Gerd never has to use paralysis, and that basically he gets by without ever having to use this special attack. And Vegeta's on the sidelines, pissed off because they attacked him head on, even though he warned them about his supernatural powers. So Goldo rips a tree out of the ground, and he like makes it into a spear. You know, do you have anything? What does Dwight say to Creed? Do you have anything that can be made into a spike, into a stake? What size? Right? He's got like the broom handle. Anyway, so Vegeta's pissed. Gerd makes the spear, and he goes to throw it right at them. And right as he goes to throw this thing, well, he really does throw it. Right as he throws this thing, Vegeta steps in and takes action. And viewers on YouTube, check this out. Vegeta swoops in and just karate chops this man's head off. And I love, too, that you can see here the shoulder pad smashed into pieces. Goldo's head is just flying. And at the bottom here, Krillin and Gohan, they realize that they're released from the hold, so they get out of the way of the spear there. And that shit is so awesome. That page flip of seeing Vegeta just come out of nowhere, chop his head off, and then in the anime it's a little different actually, because you see this like thin blue beam go through Goldo's neck, and then like Vegeta lands on the ground and his head falls off there. So I guess in the show they thought it might be too violent if he cut his head off. I mean, there's plenty of other violent shit in Dragon Ball Z, so I'm not too sure, including in this Frieza arc. Um, but yeah, I definitely like the manga panel better of Vegeta just clean cutting that man's cold cutting that ham's. So then here's where the talking head part comes in. Gold is just lying on the ground. His head is lying there, and he's like, Vegeta, that wasn't fair. Fuck you, man. And Vegeta's like, fuck you, man, and just just blows him up. just just point blank beams him right in the head, which is his whole body. What's that SpongeBob quote? You're sitting on my face, which is actually my whole body. Something like that. Let's get back to The Office, guys. We're going back to Season 6, Episode 18, Delivery Part 2. Michael walks out. Kid is going to have a lot of air. Number 25, Season 2, Episode 12, The Injury. I enjoy having breakfast in bed. I like waking up to the smell of bacon, sue me. And since I don't have a butler, I have to do it myself. So, most nights before I go to bed, I will lay 6 strips of bacon out on my George Foreman grill. Then I go to sleep. When I wake up, I plug it in the grill. I go back to sleep again. Then I wake up to the smell of crackling bacon. It is delicious. It is good for me. It's a perfect way to start the day. Today I got up, I stepped onto the grill, and it clamped down on my foot. That's it. I don't see what's so hard to believe about that. Season 5, Episode 3, Business Ethics. How do you tell somebody that you care about deeply, I told you so? Gently with a rose? In a funny way, like it's a hilarious joke? Or do you just let it go? Because saying it would just make things worse. Probably the funny way. Number 27, Season 6, Episode 1, Gossip. I hate being left out. Whether it's not being picked for a team, or being picked for a team and then showing up and realizing that the team doesn't exist, or that the sport doesn't exist. I should have known. Poop ball. Number 28. I would be remiss not to mention this one. This is quintessential Michael Scott. You don't call retarded people retards. It's bad taste. You call your friends retards when they're acting retarded. Now, as I said, this is quintessential Michael Scott and The Office humor as a show. And if you want to say maybe this hasn't aged well, maybe, but that's really the point of Michael as a character and a lot of what the show is making fun of is, look at how these people are acting and that that there's people out there that are really like that and that you're one of those people too, Ricky Gervais said that about David Brent and about Michael Scott, that he's a character you look at and you go, oh God, thank God that's not me. And then you go, oh, maybe that is me. And, dude, I've in the past 5 years ago, 10 years ago, I was definitely saying things worse than Michael Scott for sure, I call everybody faggy. That's the fun of this place. I mean, hell, man, yeah, growing up, that was my F word of choice, and you grow up and things change and things around you change and you decide to be better or be worse, because staying the same is worse than being better. And, in comedy, especially in comedy, I think it's all pretty fair game, like if you can make jokes about some horrible shit but not other horrible shit, that doesn't really make sense, it's all or nothing. And there's The biggest comedian 10 years ago, even 5 years ago, Louis C.K., biggest comedian in the world, what a jerk off that guy turned out to do. You know what I mean? I loved that guy. Everybody loved that guy. He had an opening track that was N word, new F word, C word. And I say new F word just because that's how people talk. You know, when I was on tour, I heard someone say, man, he said the fucking R word. And I just thought, okay, well, that's cool. That's cool if that's how we're talking. It's just, times are changing. And even 10 years ago, this shit should have been done with. You know what I mean? And that's what The Office was kind of pointing out, So, listen. It is what it is. Cancel me for this episode so that I don't have to do the episode about Mr. Popo and the blackface scene that got removed from The Office. By the way, speaking of retards, Season 4, Episode 14, Goodbye Toby, I am totally gonna bang Holly. She is cute and helpful, and she seems really into me. Holly, being pranked by Dwight to think that Kevin is mentally challenged is just so beautiful. When they're at the vending machine and she's counting the quarters, this is a button. I mean, it's just perfection. And number 30, this is going to be the last full one. I wanted to go with the finale as we started off with the pilot episode. And I was going to pick the last quote from Pam about there's beauty in ordinary things. But as I was watching the last scene, I decided on a different quote. I'm happy that this was all filmed so I can remember everyone and what we did. I worked for a paper company all these years and I never wrote anything down. And that's from Phyllis. Phyllis Vance, Vance Refrigeration. And that one just hits in a weird way, in a real way. So, I hope you guys enjoyed that. Here's my honorable mentions list. Like I said, these are more about the scenes around them than the actual talking heads. So you've got Ryan. Ryan, I don't even know when this is, but you got Ryan. He goes, "Bitch," right? That's a good like meme to send to people. I'm such a meme lord. You've got Michael eating the watermelon. This is going to be the happiest day of my life. And Dwight zips up his pants. You got Kelly saying, I'm pregnant, and then it cuts to her shaking her head. That's a classic. You've got Michael doing the improvisation. Sometimes I start a sentence and I don't even know where it's going. It's like an improv conversation. That comes after the scene of him going, David, here's my outlook on life. And this is something I've always lived by, and I always have, and I always will. Don't ever, for any reason, let anyone, no matter who they are, tell you, for any reason, no matter what it is, or what it's going to be, he just goes on. We've got Michael's last Dundies. Yep, this is going to hurt like a motherfucker. Another good one to quote. You've got Michael in the golden ticket. My golden ticket idea? Why would anyone think this is my golden ticket idea? He's dressed up like Wonka and he throws his hat down and the camera zooms in on the hat. That one's much funnier if you watch it. You've got everybody going around talking about how Michael wasn't invited on Ryan's cool retreat. Jen has plastic boobs. But then, all the talking heads of everybody going, Michael wasn't invited. And then you got Toby doing it. Michael, knocks on the window. Hey, I need that room in a couple minutes. So get out of there. Michael wasn't invited. Michael's worst birthdays, where it keeps cutting back to him. You know, he talks about getting the rash and he couldn't even ride the horse, so that was his worst birthday. And then he talks about a bunch of different ones. Dr. Garo, Android number 20 from Dragon Ball Z. He doesn't really say much. Android 17, I think, like blows him up or punches his head off or something, and he just says, lousy pieces of junk, and then he gets killed. I think Android 17 like knees his head. Android number 19 does not talk, by the way, but he is a head. When you're robots, you gotta be a head at some point. You know what I mean? A great one. I don't even know the whole setup to this, but it's Andy when he's like, "Oh, did you think I was gonna side with the big corporation just because I come from a big family? Well, how about now?" He like takes off his cufflinks. How about now? He takes off his tie pin. How about now? How about now? He flips up his collar. And then the last one here in the honorable mentions is Dwight and Angela going back and forth. But no cookie. What if I'm hungry? No cookie. And then it cuts to Ryan and he's just... Now here's the ones I got from friends. I asked a couple friends who were big fans of The Office what some of their favorites were. Some of them were already on my list. Here's some other ones that I didn't necessarily think of. Angela staring at Andy. That's a good one. That's from the episode I mentioned before with Oompa Loompa. It's later on in the episode. Andy's like, I saw what needed to be done, and I did it. Do I regret it? No, or whatever. And then the camera just like zooms in on Angela in the background, who's just giving him the death stare, and then Andy like pops his head up into frame. Creed going, if Pam gets a new chair, then I get Pam's old chair. Then I'll have 2 chairs. Only one to go. Dwight talking about how he resorbed his twin's fetus or something. So now I have the strength of a grown man and a baby fetus. Creed being covered in blood. Today's Halloween, huh? That is something. Jim dressed up as Dwight. I love that. That might be my favorite Jim prank, honestly, just because the whole Michael. Oh, that's funny, Michael. It's just perfect. But when he's in the rest of it costs me $8 for a grand total of $11. Here we've got Dwight. Every time I go to do something, I ask myself, would an idiot do that? If the answer is yes, I do not do that thing. When Creed is the manager, that's definitely one of my favorite little cold opening arcs, or maybe it's an episode-long arc. Although I don't even think it is that long. And, you know, Pam gives him the pictures. They're the same picture. That's a great one. You've got Daryl talking about how he broke his not how he broke his leg. It's him talking about something. Oh man, I should have looked it up. It's him talking about something, how there was an injury. Damn, I can't believe I can't remember, but he talks about, someone pulled out the ladder from under me and said, and then it cuts to Michael, "Hey Daryl, how's it hanging?" I didn't do that one justice, but everybody knows what I'm talking about. Come on. We're all the biggest Office fan in the world, right guys? And then I think that every single friend of mine also wrote into me about one scene in particular. And you know what? I can't do it justice myself, so I'm just going to have this episode get played out by the man himself, live in studio.
What is my perfect crime? I break into Tiffany's at midnight. Do I go for the vault? No.
I go for the chandelier. It's priceless. As I'm taking it down, a woman catches me. She tells me to stop. It's her father's business. She's Tiffany. I say no. We make love all night. In the morning, the cops come and I escape in one of their uniforms. I tell her to meet me in Mexico, but I go to Canada. I don't trust her. Besides, I like the cold. 30 years later, I get a postcard. I have a son, and he's the chief of police. This is where the story gets interesting. I tell Tiffany to meet me in Paris by the Trocadero. She's been waiting for me all these years. She's never taken another lover. I don't care. I don't show up. I go to Berlin. That's where I stashed the chandelier.